Sup dudes, welcome back to another video. This time I'm actually really excited about this. This was kind of a recent kind of franchise that I've gotten into, um, and that is Mortal Kombat. So I played Mortal Kombat like XL like forever ago, but my girlfriend got me hooked on it, and then the movie came out and I spent like a month preparing for the movie. And now there's like a toy line that I kind of just recently learned about, so I got one of them, and that is this awesome thing. It's got Scorpion and Raiden, and they're just like freaking awesome. I have been looking forward to this for a while, and I just cannot wait to get into this. So, looking at the package, it is very nice. You got Scorpion and Raiden right there at the front, of course. You also got their name right there, and I believe their suits. I think that's what that is. I'm not sure what that is, or I'm not sure what that means, but right there. Um, but I'm assuming that might be their suit names. But if it's not, then don't hate me. But you also got the cool Mortal Kombat logo right at the front. Bottom and top really don't have anything special, to be honest. The sides have a nice look of Scorpion and Raiden, both right there. Also made by Mcfarlane Toys, which also made the Doom figures, as you can see right there. The other side pretty much has the same thing, but in a more yellow look, which is pretty nice. I do like that. And then you have the back, which has the scene right there. Got all that stuff. I got this at GameStop for 20, for almost 30. But I did have a coupon, so it came out to like 25. So I think that was pretty cool. But the packaging does look really nice. So I got new scissors, unlike the last time. So we're going to take a closer look at what this thing just looks like out of the box. So these figures are in a sealed little box. Pretty much what's holding it is just tape. So cutting this probably, there we go, should not be that big a deal. Oh, dang it. I cut the box a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure if I really will keep this box. I might, or just might cut this out. I don't know. We'll see. But it's not really that much of an interesting... It's a nice looking box, but in a way it's not that interesting. But let's take out the figures right there. And in the background, honestly, again, Mcfarlane is doing the mistake that I hate of when they do this. So let's take out all that. And this, like, it's such a cool background, and it's a shame that they, like, put their stands connected in there. That's a bummer. It'd be cool to have, like, a really cool display like this. Pretty much like the one with the Thanos one. Because it'd be cool to have them both right there. But just this is kind of distracting a bit. And it's, taking that out would probably mean you have to rip that. So that sucks, to be honest. Also, it is thundering outside, so kind of a weird thing to bring up, but, So let's take out Raiden. Ooh, okay, that's loud. Let's unbox this bad boy. Unbox his staff. Now, if I do get some stuff wrong talking about these guys, I apologize. I am still not that, like, fully caught up with Mortal Kombat, but I'm getting there. But we have his staff right there. And I guess we just pop the figure out. If I can. That is like... That's really in there. So let's try... Get this bad boy out of here. There we go. Now Scorpion. Alright, let's just yeet. And then a big old yeet right there. And then pop the Scorpion, my boy Scorpion, out. Along with his weapons here as well. Let's get that out. Let's get this one out. Oh, that one fell, but that's fine. And let's get his sheaves out as well. There's number 1, and there's number 2, and I do believe that is it. So, there is all of that, and let's get these figures up and let's properly take a look at these guys. So first, we're going to be taking a look at Raiden, and he is very, very nice looking. Let's take his staff out of his hand right now, but the detailing on Raiden does look really, really nice. I really do like the way he looks. I do have a couple kind of problems with him. One of them, I just wish his eyes were a bit more blue and kind of transparent, to be honest, because I don't know, that just doesn't look too Raiden-like. I don't know, that's just kind of my opinion, unless there is a skin that looks like this, but I don't know, I just would kind of like the, you know, transparent, very blue eyes. All of his fabric little pieces are kind of like a rubbery plastic, but they do look super nice. Mcfarlane is definitely a really awesome kind of company that makes really pretty decent toys, like the Doomslayer ones. Very nice with that. Amulet looks really nice. Really nice detailing all over the figure. The figure looks great. The hat does get a little kind of crooked here and there, but that's not too big a deal. There's not really too much to really go on. But just all of it looks amazing. I do have a problem with him though, that I am seeing right now, and that is his leg. His leg is just so weird. I mean, I don't think you can see it. It looks fine on camera, but like, I don't know, it looks so bent in person. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks really bent, and it's kind of keeping him from standing. As I say that, it just looks really bent for some reason in like the way I'm seeing it. It looks perfectly fine on camera, of course, but like, I don't know, they just look really bent. Maybe I don't know. There's just something about the legs that look off, but if he can stand like that, I think it's no big deal. It just looked kind of really bent for some reason. But yeah, you kind of see it in this kind of angle. I don't know, it's just really weird on how his legs look. Posability on him does seem to be fine. Looks like he has some up and down, kind of got a little kind of chicken neck is what I call it. You can pretty much go left, right, up, down. Something weird that I'm seeing is his neck, like the actual neck part can move as well. So this is like on a ball joint, I believe, and this one is, and his neck piece is like on a little, I think, a ball joint as well. So it's pretty neat. The arm could pretty much go up, can twist, and there is a little twist part right here. If I can get that, there we go. You can get that as well. He does have a double bend at the elbow, which gives him a very nice looking bend. There's a weird little gap right there, but I guess that's pretty much fine. His arm can pretty much go side to side and move up and down. Pretty much same with the other arm too. his waist can go side to side, pretty much go back that far, down this far pretty much. Legs have a pretty decent looking spread. Now in this view you can kind of see the bend a little bit more, but leg can go back that far. There is a very weird gap right there, but I guess that's fine. The leg can pretty much go forward that far. The knee is on a double bend as well, and the foot can pretty much go up and down. It does not have a pivot, as I kind of expected, because the Doomslayer didn't have one. I kind of expected them to have one, but no pivot. But they do have a toe bend, which is pretty cool. I do like the toe bend. Nice little touch there. You can get them in pretty neat poses if you want. But yeah, the Raiden is definitely not too bad. I do have a couple problems with him, but I don't know. Other than detailing, pretty much all that stuff, he looks pretty fine. But I think that is all for Raiden. He does come with a couple, well, just one accessory, which is his staff, which is pretty nicely done. I do like the way the staff looks. Painted very nicely. Detailings is pretty nice. And it is like a rubbery material, unlike a plastic. So I believe it just has more, it's more strong and won't break as easy. Putting it in his hand is not too easy, but once you get it, then he pretty much has his staff at hand. And there is Raiden. So Raiden was definitely an awesome figure. Definitely does have his little downfalls. It'd be cool if you did get some like lightning effects with him as well. But other than that, Raiden is a pretty dope figure, and I really do like him. But the sole reason why I got this set was for this version of Scorpion. This Scorpion is pretty much awesome. The reason why I kind of wanted him, because I really like Scorpion with a gold mask, and I've seen like another version of Scorpion and he did not have this mask, and it was more like a silver. But honestly, when I think of Scorpion, I think of like a really awesome gold mask. So I just had to get this one solely for that, and I honestly love this look so much. The blue is kind of weird for it, but I think it pretty much blends in pretty well. The armor pieces look fantastic. This kind of look looks pretty awesome. It looks like an awesome fabric look to it, and so does this part. The armor at the feet looks amazing. I love this figure. Figure looks amazing, and he pretty much feels amazing too. Again, they both feel really nice, really sturdy, pretty awesome figures. Scorpion does have kind of a loose ankle. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one right here. Just a tiny bit looser than this one, which does kind of, in a way, make him harder to stand than Raiden. But once you get him in a stance, it's pretty good. He looks pretty cool. Which is pretty much why the stands are here, which suck that they're in the packaging, but does look really awesome. The skin looks pretty nice as well. It's also got the gloves here as well. The back looks very nice, and I really dig this face. This face does look really nice. So for posability, I think he's pretty much the same. He does not have a neck piece, and it's very limited with his head movement. He can go left to right, and it's pretty much in the hood that moves, and it's not really attached. His head is not attached to the hood really, but you pretty much go limited, but you can still get some awesome poses with him. His arm could pretty much go out. Same things as Raiden. A twist here. Double bend at the elbow, which does feel loose, which is kind of, I don't know. I don't really like really loose joints like this. I want them pretty much kind of like this, because this just feels a little too loose. This one feels pretty nice. Pretty nice joint. He has the same arm movements. He can pretty much go side to side. Can have an ab crunch and look up that far. The legs have a nice little spread to them. They can go back that far. Again, he does have a little gap right in there, but that doesn't bother me. They can go back that far. Can twist the knee a little bit. I think Raiden could do the same thing. He has a double bend at the knee and no pivot at the ankle. But this little ball joint right here does get out of place, which can be very annoying. But you can get it like up and down, and he does have a toe bend as well. So posability is pretty much standard for this figure, which is pretty nice as well, but he does come with some accessories as well. So if we can kind of get him to stand right next to Raiden real quick, let's take a look at him. So first he's got this, which is the sheath for one of his swords. Pretty much just slide in there like so. Looks very, very nice. I love that. This one's the smallest out of the other one, which I can show in a second. But the detailing and the painting is very nice on it. Really do like that a lot. Got some like hanging like wraps right there, and the little peg that clips into his side. And the other one is a bit larger by a pretty big amount. A little different than the other one, but this one has his other sword, which is right here. Very nice. Pretty much the same pattern as the little one, which is right here. But that just looks amazing. And putting this in is pretty much simple. Just slide it in like that. Looks very nice. Now putting it on the figure is kind of a pain. You have 3 holes right there. You got 1, 2, 3 right there. And the first one I would suggest putting on first. This one is definitely the hardest one, which goes at the very top one. If you can see that right there. Definitely a struggle to put on. I didn't think it would fit, but it does. It does fit. You just gotta kind of do it at the right angle, and it should just pop on in. I'm feeling something. Let's just hope I don't break it. That would be terrible. Like so. There we go. The first one is in. Does look very nice. But the second one is pretty much easier than the first one. Actually, I think the first one, this one needs to go on first. So this one's pretty much easy. You just clip in this back one, and then you just clip it into the second one as well. Try to get that in a little bit tighter. There we go. There we go. That should be in. Now let's put in this little struggle one right here. So just slide that into there, and there we go. He has both his sheaves. Putting the swords in should be easy enough, and it is an awesome look. Like, that is definitely really cool. One thing that I am kind of bummed about is that he does not come with his chain. That would have been just like amazing if he came with his chain. Ooh, I caught you there. I caught you. There you go. But yeah, a bummer that he does not come with his chain. But that is an awesome figure. I'm probably going to use the Doom stance to kind of stand him up a little bit and kind of pose him. So let's pose the figures. So the stands definitely do a lot to give the characters more personality and give them more balance to what they do, which is such a shame since it's in that cool little background. Um, but I am using the two Doom stands because unlike them, the Doom Slayers can stand up on their own. I especially love the Scorpion. Um, he does feel loose, but like he can hold poses pretty well. And Raiden is pretty much the same way as well. But if I had to pick, just Scorpion is probably my favorite. I would love to get a little chain for him as well, just to have. Um, but I think these figures are worth getting. Um, they're not really the best um, kind of the paint job is phenomenal and the sculpting is just amazing. I think the only really issue I have is posability. Um, I think that's pretty much it. Like that's pretty much it. Pivots are not that big a deal since I kind of tweaked it a bit to give it that kind of look. Which is not really. I guess it's not really a pivot, but it does work as kind of a fake pivot in a way. But the figures are just amazing. I think just posability and kind of loose joints are kind of the only big problem. But if you are starting a Mortal Kombat collection like me, this is like my first Mortal Kombat collection, and I'm definitely collecting more of these Mcfarlane figures because so far this has just been awesome. And I will get some other ones like Noob Saibot and Johnny Cage and probably Baraka as well. Just a couple other ones. I won't get like repaints, like I won't get like another Raiden or another Scorpion, um, because I don't see a need. If I really like the outfit, I would get it, but I don't see a need for another one. As I say when I have two Doom Slayers. But I mean, it's Doom, okay? I love Doom, so that's kind of a pass, I guess. But I love these figures. Definitely worth it. 27, it was like 28. And I got it for like 25. I think it's well worth the price, to be honest. Um, really recommend you guys pick these up if you are Mortal Kombat fans. And if you did watch the movie, let me know what you thought. Because honestly, I thought it was like really fun. I loved it. It was bloody. There was a couple problems that I do have with it, but honestly, the movie was just awesome. It was just fun to watch. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about the movie, and let me know what you think about these figures. If you do have them yourself, tell me about them and see how you like it. But personally, for me, I give these guys an awesome thumbs up. These guys look awesome. But that is going to be all for me. I might not keep the box for them, but other than that, I think these guys are awesome. Especially Scorpion. Scorpion's my favorite. Um, but yeah, that is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and hopefully I'll be back with like more Mortal Kombat stuff. And just a little side note, my Doom Hunter has not shipped yet. I'm still waiting for my Doom Hunter for my mini collection, so hopefully that will be there. And like the Icon of Sin was like the recent one, and that's pretty much my most viewed video, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I don't know if you guys skipped it or like just like clicked on it and be like, oh, okay, his voice sounds very odd. But um if you did enjoy that video, thank you guys so much. I'll have the Doom Hunter as soon as I get my hands on it. But as for Mortal Kombat, definitely awesome. Awesome set. And I can't wait to have a little shelf full of these figures and maybe some other little stuff from Mortal Kombat. But I'm mainly going to collect these Mcfarlane figures. So that is going to be all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.